blessed risings. Good afternoon or good evening, depending on where in the world you are tapping in from. You got to keep in mind that Keep It P podcast is a global show. And today, on this episode of Keep It P podcast, we will be discussing a raid at Augsburg University, and the Tethers were caught slipping. That's what happened. They want to try to convince you that that's not what happened. So the Minneapolis police chief, Brian O'Hara, he goes on Fox 9 and they asked him what went down at Augsburg University. I got vitriol, y'all, of him dancing around it, but he had to confirm that federal agents were on campus. And guess who else confirmed it? Augsburg officials. Now, they just said agents were targeting an undergraduate student, but I'm going to say it was ICE agents because things began to escalate and there was a confrontation with other members of the campus community. Who might that be? But let's make one thing very clear. What this was a tether roundup. Allegedly, of course. And if that's what it was, then that's exactly what happens when you're in a country illegally while committing fraud. You know, that pesky thing where billions of dollars were being siphoned from a certain state, Minnesota, where I'm from, right? Biggest, largest in American history when it comes to illegals committing fraud. Right? So if you're committing these frauds, you're cutting all type of corners, i.e. breaking laws, actions need consequences. How about? But notice how fast the narrative tries to slide towards African diaspora solidarity, right? Notice how quickly the Tethers try to drag foundational Black Americans into something that ain't got nothing to do with us whatsoever. But they always want to try to drag us in the midst of their hanky-panky. Why? Why is it always FBAs being asked to put on a cape and jump in front of problems that other communities created for themselves? Why is everybody allergic to handling their own business until the consequences show up wearing a badge? Here's the truth. If you're an immigrant who followed the rules, you're fine. You didn't. That's your issue, not ours. And let's be crystal clear. Do not come looking for the FBA community to protest on your behalf. We are no longer sacrificing ourselves so someone else can dodge accountability. We're not doing it no more. This is a mayonnaise and sambusa problem. And those two groups can figure it out amongst themselves. FBA people are not the cleanup crew for everyone else's mess. No more cleanup in aisle 2. No more invites to cookouts. Stop it. And for the FBAs trying to insert themselves into this situation, guess what? You, sir, you, ma'am, are officially raccooning. Yep. I said it. You're officially raccooning. Stop it. Why are you volunteering to fight for folks who spend all day saying they ain't black? I know black. I know blood. You are Kautas. Why are you sprinting into the middle of an issue that has zero impact on us? Why? FBA culture is no longer no one's doormat. FBA struggle is not some borrowed identity, some mask, some costume that you can put on and off as you see fit. And our FBA ancestors did not suffer so Tethers could snatch benefits and turn around and disrespect the same lineage they're trying to siphon off of. We want one thing: cut the check or hit the deck. That is it. Reparations are owed. And guess what? Nobody outside FBA lineage gets 1 peso, 1 drop, 1 red cent. You said you're not black. Cool. We're cool with that. Cool. Stand on it. Make sure you keep that same energy when the reparations drop. We didn't ask to be part of this story. We're not in your story. And let me be clear, this story has nothing to do with foundational Black Americans. Don't drag us into your chaos. Handle that with your own government, your own community, your own lineage. As always, leave FBAs alone. That's it. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you about being off code. But let me run this interview so y'all can see it. Fair use, give me 2 seconds. IT, could you work with your boy? I need some of that. There we go. Fair use. Fair use. Poop tube. We teaching. I got some cooking going on. You could call this a cooking show if you want to. I got mayonnaise deep fried sambusas right now on the timer. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Run it.
We received at least 2 911 calls. I just don't remember the specifics. I believe it was related to people with guns that may have been on campus. Police officers from the 1st Precinct responded, and they were able to confirm with the university public safety officials there that there had been some federal law enforcement there, and they had left prior to the arrival of the police.
We are getting a lot of these calls, you know, whether they are confirmed or turned out to be accurate or inaccurate, but we're getting a lot into our newsroom. I can imagine from a police perspective the calls that you are getting as people are on edge right now.
They're really scared. I mean, both American citizens are afraid, as well as people who have simply lived here and been contributing to the community for many years.
Yes? What was that about? I don't know. These guys just...
We received at least 2 911 calls. I just don't remember the specifics. I believe it was related to people with guns that may have been on campus. Police officers from the 1st Precinct responded, and they were able to confirm with the university public safety officials there that there had been some federal law enforcement there, and they had left prior to the arrival of the police.
Spotify, YouTube.
We are getting a lot of these
Twitter,
calls, you know, whether they are confirmed or turned out to be
Facebook,
accurate or inaccurate, but we're getting a lot into our newsroom. I can imagine from a police perspective the calls that you are getting as people are on edge right now.
They're really scared. I mean,
I gotta go.
American citizens are afraid, as well as people who have simply lived here and been contributing to the community for many years.
They randomly take me off. I'm a citizen of this country, and they take me off and they hold me. They detain me here. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea. These guys are so stupid. I don't know what they're talking.
They check what they want to see.
My passport. I give my ID. I give my passport ID. Everything. They didn't want to listen to me. They want to talk to their supervisors.
And they said they take an interview. I don't know why they take interview here.
They asking me, have you been interviewed or what? I said, no, I haven't been interviewed. They said they're going to take interview. And as soon as you come, they said it's going to be hot. So they just run off. They took it off. Because of you guys, they just, they didn't want you to involve with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I get your name or do you want to give that?
My name is Ali.
Can you spell it?
Ali. And last name Dahir.
Can I just tell how long you've been in the country?
Excuse me?
How long have you been in the country? I'm just curious.
Calling me what? 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25 years I live here. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you do?
I'm driver. I just drive medical transport.